This is Ed Begley Jr. You're watching CTNgreen.
Interesting. You're going to be shredding some new cars. Why are you shredding them up?
A little bit of a mystery, really.
That seems like a shame.
I think it will go down as one of the biggest blunders in the history of the automotive industry.
The electric vehicle is not for everybody. It can only meet the needs of 90% of the population.
We're up against the automobile industry, the oil industry. It's David versus Goliath.
Who killed the electric car? Lack of corporate wisdom.
In my opinion, it's big oil. The murder was committed by the General Motors company.
As Washington and Detroit talk auto bailout,
People who control the marketplace today, the oil companies, have a strong incentive to discourage alternatives.
They make too much money with their technological stagnation and the internal combustion engine.
For the last 15 years, they've been telling us the fuel cells are 10 to 15 years old.
There's still roughly 1 trillion barrels worth of oil in the Earth's crust. That's $100 trillion worth of business yet to be done.
as Nardelli, Mullally, and Wagner drove into D.C. in hybrids under the umbrella of a battered stock market, even Wall Street realized that propping up American vroom vroom can be a good part of our bailout story.
In 1996, electric cars began to appear on roads all over California. They were quiet and fast, produced no exhaust, and ran without gasoline. 10 years later, these futuristic cars were almost entirely gone. What happened? Why should we be haunted by the ghost of the electric car?
The exciting thing about this is the cost of operating the car is the same as if you were driving a typical gasoline car, but the gasoline only costs 60 cents a gallon.
I plug it in at night, and when I need to drive it, I unplug, drive it away.
Believe it or not, that sucker goes. That thing will take you so fast you could get a ticket.
The recent past contains some instructive lessons. 15 years ago, President Clinton invited Detroit's Big Three CEOs to the White House and announced the partnership for a new generation of American vehicles.
Today, we're going to try to give America a new car-crazy chapter in her rich history, to launch a technological venture as ambitious as any our nation has ever attempted.
Clinton thought he could bargain his way to a solution.
I worked at the Department of Energy during the Clinton administration, where we created a deal with the automobile companies that we would not work to pass regulations to make tighter fuel economy standards, but in return they would partner with us to develop a triple efficiency 80 mile per gallon family car.
The project got off to a good start. The car companies went to work on building prototypes of diesel-electric hybrids. The Clinton administration pledged over $1 billion to the effort. Within a few years, Ford, Chrysler, and GM each rolled out a concept car. The Dodge ESX, the Ford Prodigy, and General Motors Precept.
When will we see this kind of hybrid on the road?
Well, we've made a commitment to have a hybrid vehicle in production by the year 2001.
But that was a commitment they failed to keep. The most promising of the alternatives is the plug-in electric car.
The electric car is here.
GM's most recent effort was the EV1.
What am I driving? I'm driving a hydrogen fuel car. Yeah, which I got it from Bob Lutz, who's the co-chair of General Motors. I developed this antagonistic relationship when he killed the electric car, which I used to drive, the EV1.
GM abandoned the project.
I imagine there's very many EV1s left that haven't been crushed out. It's pretty sad.
Why'd you have to crush them? Why'd you have to destroy them?
Well, actually, we have a number of them that are in museums and that are at universities. And then with respect to some of them, we did recycle them, which is what we do with vehicles at the end of the life cycle.
They're betting billions of dollars that this car, the Chevy Volt, will put them back in the game.
A GM electric vehicle is an inconvenient truth.
It's a unique concept. While the engine is fully electric and can operate as a plug-in, the Volt can alternatively use onboard fuels like hydrogen, ethanol, or gasoline to recharge its battery.
Just let him come right by.
GM invited Frontline to come see the Volt during a publicity shoot. It didn't go well. The car could hardly make it up this small hill. Then it stalled altogether. The shoot was canceled. Your representative there suggested that if we wanted to, we could speed up the tape. And then, after about 15 minutes, it conked out. GM is now saying that the Volt is on target to be in dealer showrooms by 2010.
The largest buyers of cars in the world, number one is the United States, number two is China, number three is you. So how do you feel about the bailout of Detroit, and are you eligible to be the car czar? Where's it going to go?
No, actually, I found out if I buy just 2 more cars, I am eligible for a bailout. So I am going to go to Washington and do this. Yeah, I love the idea of a car czar. Like these idiots in Washington know anything about. You know, you have people who are trillions of dollars in debt yelling at people who are billions of dollars in debt. So to me, the whole thing is just ridiculous. Yeah, that's why I want to have Nancy Pelosi designing the new Corvette. I think that would be a very exciting automobile.
And once again, GM has gone back to Washington. This time, the big automakers have asked for and received $25 billion in low-cost loans to help them build a new generation of vehicles.